watching WKOW 27 News at 10 with Jennifer Cleese, meteorologist Max Severas, and sports with Amy Gill. We've got you covered.
A heartwarming story tonight after an 80-year-old woman was the target of a brazen theft. Someone stole 80-year-old Thais Parkinson's bike from her garage in Beloit over Labor Day weekend. Police put out an alert to try to find it, but instead a Good Samaritan decided to donate a blue three-wheeled bike to Parkinson. She says she couldn't believe it.
Oh, no, she can't give me this bike that she has. Oh, yeah, she wants to. Will you take it? Well, I guess I better, but it's awful nice.
Parkinson's original bike is still missing, and police tell us the burglary is still an open investigation. In Sun Prairie, police say someone robbed a restaurant on Main Street early this morning. An employee at Sir Hobo was called to say the suspect got away with some money while they were opening the store around 6:30. No one was hurt, and police were not able to immediately find the robber. Right now, authorities in Green Lake County are looking for a man they say broke into someone's home last night, and that homeowner started shooting. Sheriff's officials tell us the man went into the home in the 100 block of Liberty Street in Berlin around 7:15 last night. He left in a blue minivan. No word on any injuries. A dog is dead, but homeowners are safe after a fire at a home in Madison this morning. Fire officials say heavy smoke and flames were coming from the home in the 600 block of Wheeler Road. Firefighters were able to put out the fire but found a dog which they could not revive. Another dog did survive, though, and the homeowners were not there at the time of the fire. An American woman has won the New York City Marathon. This is the first time that's happened in 40 years. Seasoned marathoner Shalane Flanagan crossed the finish line this morning in 2 hours, 26 minutes in tears of joy. She passed the three-time defending champion from Kenya by more than a minute. Here in Madison, more than 400 people raced in a much shorter event, the annual Turkey Trot. This is the 31st year of the run, which includes a kids race, 5K, and a 5-mile run. Organizers say the Turkey Trot is so popular because it's different from other runs.
It's a cross-country race, so, you know, it's uneven terrain, but I think that's one of the draws of this race is that people have an opportunity to run on grass and kind of experience the nature, you know, before the white stuff starts falling.
Money raised goes to Thursday's Child, an organization which helps seriously ill children, and the Madison College Foundation, which provides educational help for students. Dozens of horseback riders showed up today at the Alliant Energy Center for a riding clinic with a well-known Olympian, William Fox Pitt. Fox Pitt rode in the 2004, 2008, and 2012 Olympics and has won several medals. He says he wanted to hold the event to pass along some of his knowledge to others.
I'm just sharing with them what I've done, and I've been around the world doing eventing, and I've jumped many, many jumps, and I'm just sharing some of my experiences and some of the approaches that I know have worked for me.
Eventing is a sport where horses and riders compete in 3 different events: dressage, cross-country jumping, and show jumping.
Now, 27 storm track weather with meteorologist Max Severas.
Alrighty, well, we have a cold week ahead with every night this week falling below freezing, so feeling a little bit more like late November than early November. But temperatures, again, will be below average and below freezing, so make sure you're bundled up as you're heading out the door tomorrow morning. We're talking about the heavy winter coats, gloves, the whole kit and caboodle as we get the kids going to the bus stop as well. Speaking of that, here's what they can expect. Temperatures, again, that'll be pretty chilly. One of the cooler setups we've had all season long. We'll get to the mid and upper 20s, cold but bright as we start off the new work week. Later in the afternoon, we'll cloud up and temperatures will stay capped only in the upper 30s and low 40s. As for today, pretty seasonable. We cracked into the low 50s, right around where we should be for early November standards. And your cash pot continues to grow because that's what we were thinking was going to happen today. $243 is where we're currently sitting at. The time-lapse view from the understory camera showing gloomy skies all day long, despite the fact that we had mild conditions, and I think we thinned the cloud cover overnight, so we start off sunny on your Monday. So where's the cool air coming from? Look, we got to 52 here in Madison, 54 down in Peoria, Illinois, but look at back to the north and west. Temperatures only in the 30s and 40s through parts of the Dakotas and Minnesota. So you can definitely see where the cooler stuff's coming from. Yeah, from the northwest, and it's going to stay with us for the longevity of the work week, it looks like. Temperatures right now, mid-30s, low 40s, but we have a little bit of a breeze still. The winds will die overnight, but still coming at us at around, 8 to 15 miles per hour, and you put those two things together, and we have wind chills, or the feels-like temperatures, which are below freezing right now. Everyone actually feeling more like the 20s, with the exception of Janesville. Satellite radar showing the warm sector firing off severe storms through parts of the Ohio River Valley, and we still have an active tornado warning over southern Indiana. Again, we are in the cold sector, so we were rather stable today, just with the gloomy skies as that low-pressure system passed by. Meanwhile, you can see parts of the northern plains starting to see the cloud cover reduce, and I expect that the clouds will thin out locally overnight as well. That's because we have an area of high pressure starting to set up shop, and that's going to allow for the clearing and cooling trend to continue overnight. High pressure right over the Badger State tomorrow, but as that shifts eastbound, we'll slowly but surely increase the cloud cover, and that's going to cap our temperatures below average for your Monday. Still chilly on Tuesday as another area of high pressure, which has its origins over northwest Canada, comes close to home, bringing with it that cool Canadian air as well. So one of the cooler nights of the season thus far, with mid to upper 20s expected. Partly cloudy, becoming mostly clear late. 39 is all I got for a high temperature tomorrow. Slightly milder to the south, slightly cooler to the north, and overall a downright cool start to the work week. Here we go with your 7-day forecast. We'll get near 40 with decreasing clouds on Tuesday. 43 on Wednesday, and then you can see that temperatures actually tumble again Thursday at 38, 36 on Friday. Veterans Day looking like just going to be mostly cloudy with the precipitation holding off till Saturday night, and we'll have a mixed bag on Sunday as well. Jen?
All right, thank you, Max. Back to our top story tonight. A shooter wearing tactical gear entered a Texas church this morning and opened fire. 26 people died in the small town of Sutherland Springs. At least 20 more were hurt. Tonight, Courtney Fisher has you covered with the latest on the attack and the two men who went after the shooter.
A vigil Sunday night for the victims of the deadliest church mass shooting in modern U.S. history.
We have 6 ambulances in route.
The tragedy unleashing a massive response from first responders and residents of this small town of about 650 people, about 35 miles southeast of San Antonio.
The second we knew what was going on, we just ran over there to help as much as we could.
Families in tears outside the First Baptist Church, waiting to hear about loved ones, praying for their safety.
Anyone in that church that died, we know that they're in the presence of our Lord Jesus Christ right now.
State and federal law enforcement officials say Devin Kelly of New Braunfels, Texas, walked into the church firing his assault-type rifle, killing innocent churchgoers in the middle of Sunday service.
As he exited the church, a local resident grabbed his rifle and engaged that suspect.
That resident enlisted the help of another local man after Kelly fled the scene in his car.
He said we needed to pursue him, that he just shot up the church.
A short while later, the shooter crashed the car and was found dead from a gunshot wound.
At this time, we don't know if it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound or if he was shot by our local resident.
President Trump traveling in Japan, reacting to the news.
Our hearts are broken.
Among the many victims, 14-year-old Annabelle Renee Pomeroy. Her father, the church pastor, was out of town in Oklahoma at the time of the shooting.
Frank Pomeroy says he wants the world to know that his daughter was one very beautiful, special child. Courtney Fisher, ABC News, Sutherland Springs, Texas.
There have been 5 mass shootings in the U.S. this year. On January 6th, a shooting at the Fort Lauderdale airport killed 5 people and hurt 6 others. On June 14th, a shooting in Alexandria, Virginia, killed 1 person and hurt 5 others, including U.S. Representative Steve Scalise. A church shooting in Nashville, September 24th, killed 1 person and hurt 8 others, including the attacker. 59 people died in the country's largest mass shooting in history. October 1st, 527 people were hurt. Last Wednesday, a man opened fire at a Walmart in Colorado, killing 3 people. We'll be right back.